Peace and wholeness, family. Thank you so much for joining me again. I truly do pray that you're all keeping safe and doing well and trying to live life in your own narrative. In today's video, I'll just be quickly giving a few of the stretches and methods of recovery that I was able to incorporate um, with my whole foot and this healing process. I have obviously been looking at my holistic approach to my lifestyle. So I did get into a few injuries while your girl started taking my health a bit seriously and doing some exercises. So I will start with the feet because I think one of the first issues, apart from the plantar fasciitis, which I have previous videos that I've did on the plantar fasciitis and the different tools and aids that I have been using in that respect to kind of like help ease the plantar fasciitis. But I did also have a sprained ankle. You may or may not be aware, but I had a sprained ankle that took a bit longer than maybe it required to heal because I was not listening to my body. So what I found that was quite helpful is quite simple when you actually say it. But when you have a sprained ankle, this particular exercise, if I can say as such, did really help me into recovery. And that was doing the A B C D. If you could do the whole alphabet, that's even better. So I was doing the whole alphabet with my foot. So I would basically just have my feet pointing downwards so that I can actually mimic the A, B, C, D. And I did that with both feet, even though it was just the left ankle that was sprained. I just basically did both. So that I found was quite helpful. I will probably leave a link. I did find this particular video on YouTube quite useful for my rehabilitation because most of these injuries, you have to have patience. They take time, but you will definitely recover if you trust yourself and listen to your body, which is easier said than done. So I do understand and I can fully relate if you're someone that isn't or wasn't really in tune with self and listening to self. I was mistaking certain pain as discomfort. So I was pushing myself a bit more than I required to because I wasn't fully in tune with what was painful and what was just a bit of discomfort due to my high pain threshold. So that was for the ankle sprained. I also had an issue with it's called like it was my right my right upper hamstring tendinosis. That is something where you basically have like a pain under your butt. So I found doing the bridge. So it's you lay on your back and you have your legs up and you will place. I use the cushion from my sofa. You can use a ball if you've got like a medicine ball, a pillow or a cushion, just to basically place in between your knees, and you will do the bridge that way. And then you will, well, I was basically doing like maybe 10 bridges in that position. And when I finished, I will lift each leg perpendicular. So I will literally just like laying on my back in the bridge position still, with the cushion, in my case, in between my knees, and just lift each leg and down, up and down. And again, all these injuries that I have personally suffered from are things that do take time. So again, just bearing in mind that patience is truly a virtue. I have shared, I believe, in one of my videos regarding when I twisted my wrist or sprained my wrist, and I found these exercises to be quite effective for myself, which was basically touching your fingers. So it was basically just going through touching your fingers. And what this does is it's actually working this part of your wrist. I must say it was quite quick for me in comparison to the other injuries that I had suffered from. So that for the sprained wrist or twisted wrist, also to stretch out your arm, because because of the screen, I can't fully stretch out my arm. But if you can imagine that my arm is fully stretched out, and then I just put it down. So all these I was doing at least 10 to start off with, and then increased it. I believe the most that I did with this particular one was like up to 20. And with these ones, so this is 1, 2, 3. I'll do the same with those. And again, I will do both hands, both feet, even though it's one specific limb that is injured. I just wanted to be like to incorporate both, so I'm not neglecting the other side. So that was what I was doing for those particular injuries. And also more recently with the groin inflammation, pain that came about with the mosquito bite that was infected. So with the inflammation, with most inflammations or swelling, the cold and ice therapy are quite good. So I would use a hot water bottle to place at my groin, and then the next day I will do a cold and use an ice pack. So I found that that was quite helpful in the actual inflammation being reduced. And also with that, I also found that, there isn't much that you can do when you have severe groin inflammation and pain. So rest is truly advisable and recommended. So the more you can rest, the more your body can also have the ability to heal itself, because our body knows exactly what to do. If you put it in the right positions, in the right environment, your body will do the rest. You just have to be patient. You have to trust the process and trust your body. So again, it's all being a bit mindful of whatever injury that you have. And as I always advocate, that you are your best advocate when it comes to health and well-being. And there's so many tools and videos out there that you can definitely tap into and see which one resonates with you and see which one would work for you. You won't actually know if something is going to work unless you give it a try. So I will definitely advise and recommend you, whichever injury parts of the body that you may have, do the Google search. There are a plethora of videos on YouTube, and that is definitely my best advice that I can give you all is be your own advocate. And the answer is there. There are so many options that you can choose from. And last but not least, I do suffer from, like, stiff, tense, like, shoulders and neck. Just life, stress can cause, like, we hold a lot of our stresses in our necks. So again, neck and like shoulder stretches, the ones that I found most useful for me, quite simple, was well, it wasn't simple because when I actually had like severe, like, stiff neck where I couldn't really move or, like, turn it to the left or right, this exercise kind of gave me little benchmarks for myself to know that I was actually on the road to recovery. So this is the exercise, basically, where you looking straight forward, center, and you just turn left, back to center, right, back to center. So again, depending on how stiff your neck is, you may not be able to even go this far, but you do what you can. Don't push yourself. Do what you can. It's not about what you can't do, it's what you can do. And then with what you can do, it will progress, and you will obviously get to a point where you can do more things. I do also find that when you do have injuries, it does make you look at other things that you don't necessarily incorporate into, like, your exercise or fitness regime. So when you are restricted within your workout or exercise regime, when you have these type of injuries, it makes you a bit more mindful of your body and how to challenge your body, but it also gives you an opportunity to look at other areas of fitness. And I will personally say, like, if you're someone that is, in the gym all the time and you have these kind of injuries from whether it's the from a hamstring or to your twisting your ankle, these injuries, sorry, should I say, will get you to maybe have a look at, the yoga, maybe making more use of, like, the foam roller. I found that the foam roller was also very helpful when I had these kind of injuries, and just to kind of relax the muscles itself when you actually do any sort of workout. The foam roller wasn't something that I was using last year, but it's definitely something that I started to use when I started getting these injuries. And yeah, and yoga as well. Mindfulness is just your breathing. Yeah, I don't want to just go off topic, but these are my little things that I've used myself, tried, tested, and they worked for me. And I hope they will be of some benefit to you. But again, as always, we are all different, and maybe these particular examples that I've shown pertaining to these different injuries may not necessarily work for you. But if you do your own due diligence and do your own research and just literally just type into the Google or YouTube the injury that you have, you will definitely find something for you. And on that note, I want to wish you all a lovely day or evening, wherever you are. And until next time, family, peace and love always. Take care. Love you. Bye.